everybody, and welcome back to Cooking with the Flavors. So all of you voted, you guys wanted to see pork chops. So today, it's all about pork chops. We're going to do a Parmesan crusted pork chop. It's going to be out of this world. It's very fast, very simple, and we're just going to utilize some of the things that I have left over in the house. Alright, so let's get this rocking. So, like I said, I want to utilize some of the things I have left over. To a bowl, very small one. I have a half a lemon. You know, it's going to go bad. I want to get rid of it. Alright, so what can I do? I can use this to make a lot of flavor. So, I'm going to take the rest of the zest into this bowl. Okay, we're going to zest the lemon. That's going to give us a nice, bright, acidic note to our pork chops when they go in the pan. It's going to be the first thing you smell as soon as these pork chops hit the pan. It's going to be delicious, trust me. And we're going to just save the half of the lemon for when we're going to deglaze the pan. Okay, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Next, to the bowl, we're going to take about 1/3 of a cup of Parmesan cheese. Then, easy. Today, I'm not going to use my spice blend. I'm going to go simple. I'm going to use some salt. Okay, and then I'm going to use some freshly ground pepper. Just like that. A little heavy on the pepper. I love pepper, so. And then we're just going to take a fork, whisk it all around. Okay, very, very simple, guys. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, so let's move over to these pork chops. What are we going to season the top side with? Simple, guys. Very fast and simple. That's what we want today. We're just going to take some salt, nice and liberal with it, all over the pork chops. Okay, get in there. Season from above so you get every angle of the pork. And then once again, we're going to season it with the freshly cracked pepper. Okay, and this is going to go directly into our cast iron pan. Then we're going to take some tongs. We're going to take our seasoned side right into the cast iron. That's what you want to hear. You want to hear that nice sizzle. You know you're going to get a nice crust when you hear that sizzle. So make sure it's nice and hot, guys. All 4 of these bad boys should fit right in, so make sure you just snuggle them in there. They will fit. Okay? So while the pork chops are cooking in the pan, we're going to go over here. We're going to take our tomatoes. These are going a little bit bad. I want to utilize them up. So I'm going to take them, slice them in half. So we're going to finish up chopping these tomatoes right in half. After that, we're going to go over, check the pork chops. They're looking a little bit gray, so we're just going to turn the heat up a little bit. I just have my quinoa pretty much ready to go. I'm going to fold in my tomatoes once that comes together nicely. And then my pork chops are working beautifully. Like I said, I turned up the heat a little bit because I want that nice sear on the first side. So while that garlic's hanging out over there, doing its little thing, we're going to check our pork chops. There we go. We're getting a nice sear on this side. Getting a nice caramelized color. That's what we want. There we go. We're starting to see some color. Now the pan's starting to get a little bit hotter. Nice. That's what we're looking for. That nice, beautiful color like that. We're going to add a little touch more oil. And then we're ready to season this opposite side. So we're going to take our mixture. This is our cheese mixture, right? A little lemon zest, Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper. Very simple. And we're just going to sprinkle it on one side. Pat it in. This is crucial, guys. You have to pat it in. This is the step that you cannot mess up. If you don't pat it in, then it's going to go everywhere and it won't crust on one side. So pat that cheese mixture right onto the pork. This will be just enough for 4 of your pork chops. If you're doing a thicker pork chop, it's going to work the same way. Okay? So once we have that all crusted, we're going to turn down the heat. Okay, that'll do it. We're going to turn down the heat at this point. Our garlic is going. Our pan's nice and hot. We're going to add our spinach to the pan. And then we're going to shut the pan right off. Let that do its thing. Now we're going to come to these pork chops. Turn the pork chops down a little bit. Now we're going to flip them over. Sear that opposite side. There we go. And get that nice beautiful crust on the opposite side. At this point, we're going to add just a knob of butter. So take whatever type of butter you have. You have margarine, use some margarine. Okay? Take a knob of butter right at the bottom. Break it up with your fingers. Put it in between the pork. And let that keep going. We're going to add a touch of salt. Fresh cracked pepper. Give it a little twirl. And that's done. Alright guys, so it's the moment of truth. We're going to deglaze the pan with this lemon. Remember I told you we were saving this for later? Take your lemon. Don't worry about the seeds. Just deglaze the pan. We'll see how these bad boys turned out. So we have, ooh, look at that. Nice crust. This is what you're looking for. Just like that. The cheese gets nice and crusty. Oh my goodness. And you're going to have a nice crispy crunch right there. Check the other ones. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Next one's, see this one? The cheese is stuck to the bottom. We're just going to let that go. And with the spatula, I'm going to show you how to get that one out. This one's nice as well. Could add a little bit more cheese if you wanted to. With the spatula, you're going to take your pork chop, flip it over, and then like a surgeon, you're just going to take this crispy cheese, okay? It's going to be very hot, be careful, and flip it right on top. And then you have a nice crispy crunch when you go to eat, okay? Easy fix. You take your spatula, you put it underneath the cheese, and you put it right back on top.
To this quinoa, we're just going to fluff it lightly, add our tomatoes right into the pot, stir it to combine, and it's going to look like this. After that, we're going to plate up, little quinoa on the bottom, some spinach, and our Parmesan pork chop.
Alright guys, that was a very fast, simple, and easy recipe. Parmesan crusted pork chops, made in a jiff. Remember, don't be scared about what it looks like in the pan. It's very simple. Remember, if it's sticking to the bottom, use that spatula and you'll get that nice crust. Alright, let's go on for the bite. Make sure you get a nice piece of that crust on there. Wow, this pork chop is still nice and juicy. Wow, you really get that nuttiness from the Parmesan cheese. The flavor is outstanding. Once that crust nicely on the pork chop, unbelievable. Wow. You guys gotta give this a try. That little lemon zest gives it a nice, bright finish. Wow. Give this recipe a try, guys. Let me know what you think.
Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow me at TheFlavors on Instagram and on YouTube.